Hey guys, it's me, Risa. I just rewatched my video and I don't know what I was thinking. When I was pointing to the cauliflower, I was saying broccoli. So my mistake and my apologies. I meant to say cauliflower before I showed you the broccoli. So I just wanted to add that little bit in before you see this video. Thanks for understanding. That's what happens. Hey guys, it's me, Risa. Welcome to my very messy kitchen again. I'm excited because I'm going to teach you one of my favorite recipes that I love to make that is super versatile. Everything but the kitchen sink quiche. How does that sound? My tip to you is to just check what you have in your fridge because you know all my recipes are versatile. That's right. So you can change it up. You can keep it the same, but see what vegetables you have. See what proteins you have. See what cheeses you have. See what onions you have. Check your cupboard for what kind of spices you want, because always make what you have. I mean, obviously you can go out and buy stuff, of course, but you know, it's so important to use what we have, okay? So I'm excited to show you everything. Before I do, remember to subscribe, share, and like, okay? So let's get started. Okay, so as you see, I have all my ingredients. Normally I use just a Pyrex pan, but I didn't want a massive quiche and I didn't want a small quiche. So we had this aluminum pan in the cupboard and I sprayed it with some olive oil spray. And it's like an 11 by 9, 11 and a half by 9 and a half pan. Okay, so what I've already done to make this quick, I've already cut up and washed some broccoli because I love broccoli. Makes your quiche so like meaty, okay? And I'm telling you, so delicious. You do not need to cook it first. It will cook in the oven, all right? So you don't want it super mushy or else you're gonna lose all those nutrients. Also, broccoli. So I'd say like, you know, 1.5 cups, 2 cups, whatever. I had some green olives in the fridge, a couple cups of fresh spinach. I put in a few green onions I'm going to add, some fresh dill, about a couple tablespoons, some fresh parsley I had, some orange and yellow peppers that were starting to get soft, so I cut those up, had some sun-dried tomatoes and some regular little tomatoes. Again, the amounts, you know, they vary because it depends if you want to make a large one, you want to make a small one. So, you know, use your judgment, okay? And I have different spices here: garlic powder, onion powder, some Himalayan salt, pepper, some garlic plus, and Italian seasoning, and about 1/4 cup of flour. I like to bind it. Some milk, about 1.25 cups of milk, and 1/2 cup of egg whites that I like to use as well. And if you want to use any kind of milk you want or cream to make it even creamier, it's up to you. I always start off with 4 extra large eggs. And then I like to add on top. Now you can put inside some cheese, and I like a variety of cheese. So I've got feta cheese. I have just some mozzarella, a cheddar mozzarella blend, and an Asiago over here. This is a low-fat Zerto blend that I really love as well. And again, it's up to you how much you like to use or want, okay? And again, if you want to put it inside, outside. So I just start off by whisking, whisk my eggs, okay? Till they're beaten really well, okay? Okie dokie. I think that's good. Now I'm going to add my egg whites and, of course, whisk again. I love recipes that you can just throw in one bowl, right? Actually, I'll just leave the whisk in there. Add my milk, Again, you want to use whatever milk you have. You like almond milk, you like 2%. This is 1% that we always keep in the house. If you want to make a bigger quiche, you can double the eggs and double the milk. Okay? All right, so that's that. Now I'm going to add all my spices, and I just have them all here like I mentioned before. And if you want to use fresh garlic, you can use fresh garlic. And if you want to saute your vegetables, every time I make a quiche, I make it differently. Every single time I like to add different ingredients. Okay, so now I'm going to add my flour. If you want to use breadcrumbs, you can. And if you don't want to use anything, that's up to you. I just find that this makes it a little bit more solid and not as wet. Okay, so make sure you get the sides. All right, just gonna mix that really, really, really well. If you have a hand mixer, like an electric one, you can use that. And now I'm gonna throw in all of these beautiful vegetables and spices. Well, I did the spices, my herbs, I should say. All my nice herbs. Okay, and just mix that up, and my tomatoes and onions. Wow, doesn't that look pretty? And we eat with our eyes, so we like color. Just add in my cauliflower. I'm going to add in my broccoli. I'm going to add in my olives. Okay? And just give that a mix. All right, it will combine, don't worry, because I'm going to throw this all in, and I'm going to add my spinach after. So I'm just going to put this over here so I have a flatter surface. Okay, so I've just poured all of that in, and I'm just going to flatten that out with my hand. I love all the pretty colors, the orange and the yellow and the green. Not to mention, this is super healthy, right? Like, look at all those vegetables. Okay, so I'm going to now add the spinach on top. I mean, you could add it whenever you want. It's going to melt down, or cook down, not melt down. It's going to cook down, all right? And I'm just going to add that on top. Just a nice layer of the spinach. I mean, you could have added this right in as well, but I just decided not to. Now, I like to add the cheese afterwards, as I mentioned. So I usually just take about, I'd say about a half a cup or so of my Asiago. Add that on top. Probably a little bit more I like to sprinkle on. Again, it's up to you. And then about a half a cup or so of, and it's a lower fat. You can see 25% less fat. It's a light mozzarella cheddar, and it's great value that I buy at, I buy that at Walmart, and also the Italian style blend as well. It's actually a blend of provolone, mozzarella, Parmesan, and Asiago. I thought it was just the mozzarella. Every time I go, I just pick up whatever I see. So I like to add that. And then I have some feta, and probably, I'd say about 3 tablespoons worth. I just put that on top. This was a creamier feta. Usually I buy the light, but I'm just going to put that on top. And I'm baking it in the oven for probably, well, I'm going to see about an hour, and we will see how this beautiful, amazing, everything but the kitchen sink casserole turns out, or quiche rather. And here it is, this delicious crustless quiche. Honestly, you do not miss the crust at all. It is so decadent, filling, satisfying, and versatile. I hope I mentioned that I baked it at about 400 degrees. 350 works as well. I baked it uncovered for about half an hour, and then I covered it just for a bit for about 15-20 minutes, and then the last 10-15 minutes I let it get nice and crispy on the top, because you don't want the cheese to burn if you're like me and like to bite right into the cheese. And then just go around with a little knife, and then take your spatula, and you can cut them as big or as small as you want. Okay, and this is a great breakfast. It's a great lunch. It's a great brunch. If you have company, they're gonna love this as well. For dinner, breakfast for dinner, or a light dinner with a salad, a stir fry, coleslaw. And I have tons of side dish recipes. Risa Weiner YouTube. And I hope you love this recipe as much as I do. Don't forget to share, subscribe, comment. Okay, bye for now.